The laptop is a PlayStation 5? And it's like, no, guys, it's definitely not going to be that. Okay. You're lucky if you get a ramen cooker. Remember that. Hi, everyone. We are LaChiMoLaLa. And we are back with another Tomorrow by Together to do review, this time for the first part of their holiday episode, episode 63, which I didn't know was going to be a double, just because I thought maybe they just, do one little holiday episode. But after seeing the first half, I can see why they had to make it a double, because it was chock full of ridiculousness.
It's gonna be the gift that it's gonna be the gift that keeps on giving. There you go.
Yes. And I want to start off by going somewhere where we usually wait till the end to talk about it, but I loved it so much I had to talk about it right away. Subin's hair. Subin's hair is this gorgeous, it's not purple and it's not red. What is that? I don't know.
I don't know.
Magenta-y. I don't know what it is, but it's gorgeous and they styled it perfect. And I was just like,
they all looked really good. Not to say that they, don't look good.
Yeah, they always look good, but you're right.
Good.
I thought Huening Kai's sweater, I want it. I need to own it. Where can I buy it? Yeonjun's sweater, gorgeous, loved it. Bomgyu sweater, adorable, get me one. Like, I was like, what's going on?
The styling was like on point. I
was
like,
good. I was like, I want this fashion and I want most of your hair.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Subin looked extra handsome.
Right? I don't know. It was like, and he was wearing some sort of lip gloss where his like lips were extra pink, and it was just like all working for him.
Give that stylist a raise. And it's the holidays, damn it.
Yeah, give him a bonus. Come on. So honestly, when they first walked in, I was just like, ooh, oh my, ooh. It was so cute. And I love how they walked in. It's like set up like a holiday party. There's the Christmas tree and all the presents and a giant buffet of food, which of course is the first thing they see.
I mean, not gonna lie, I saw it there first too. I just saw the food first and I was like, oh, okay, they're gonna sit down and start eating first,
Right.
So it's gonna be like us watching them eat, which we kind of did a little bit.
Which we always do. But I did love how they looked at it and they were like, oh, like they really wanted it, but they sat down first. And then when production was like, you can eat, go ahead and eat, and they were like, yay. And then instantly they were like, is this a trick? Are you trying to trick us? What's happening? Should we memorize what we're eating? Should we memorize how much of each thing we had? Memorize what you're putting on your plate and how you put it on. Like, they're so suspicious, with good reason, but still so suspicious.
I know, they were so skeptical of everything. And I was like, that is so sad.
Right? And they kept looking at production. I loved how they were like, at one point, one of them said, you have masks on, but your eyes are all shaking. Like, like they were just like, they kept saying things and then looking at them like, huh?
Yeah, like, what is this trickery? Like, come on, give it to us. Tell us now.
They're like, why would you put out so much nice food for us? That doesn't seem real.
Yeah.
And what were those crazy grapes? I've never seen those before. Those sapphire grapes that look like little eggplants.
Oh my gosh, they're so tasty. Like,
I never had one.
Yeah, it's really sweet. Well, grapes they're naturally sweet anyways, but do
they have like seeds in them though or something, or
it's seedless? Yeah. So the only reason why I know is because it's shaped like really strange.
Yeah. Honestly, it looked like a chili pepper to me.
Yeah,
like a purple chili pepper. I was like, that's probably really hot, don't do it.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's really sweet. It's not like the green grapes where it's a little tarty, but it's really sweet. It's really delicious. And I got it at Costco. It's
what?
Like, yeah, you could get it at Costco, but I don't think anymore because it's not in season, but it's definitely something that, isn't natural.
Okay.
I feel like,
is it like genetically modified or something?
I think okay. So
I'll have to keep an eye out. I did love how once Bomgyu knew what they were called, he like sang part of No Rules and changed the lyrics so that it would have sapphire in it.
Yeah.
I was like, cute, so cute. Yeah. I also love Bomgyu opening the lemonade, which he did very differently than Jin. I honestly thought he wasn't going to be able to first. And then the way they were all ordering him around, like it was just hilarious.
Yeah.
He was suddenly a waiter. Oh, and I loved how when he poured Yeonjun his cup, Yeonjun was like, use 2 hands. Respect me.
Yeah, it's so funny. It's so funny that they have to say like, oh, it's non-alcoholic, you
Yeah.
know? And so they kept saying that over and over.
I guess because, well, I mean, what's the drinking age over there? I don't know.
I don't
It's
know.
younger than here, though, I think, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit younger, I feel
But
like.
maybe Huening Kai's still not there. He's in baby. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, we'll figure it out.
Yep. Yep. But you're right. They definitely made a big point about it's lemonade. Be
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess technically they're working, so I don't know.
Yeah. So the first person to actually get a gift, or like, well, I guess like production said it was okay for Yeonjun, right, to like get a gift.
Yeah.
And well, rewind a little bit. Okay, there were some weird jokes about like Santa Monica.
Oh my gosh. It was Yeonjun's dad jokes. And I loved how everyone just ignored him. Like they were just like, whatever, grandpa.
Yeah, I was like, Santa Monica. I'm like, that's our hood, you know? I'm like, wait a second.
And then he had a joke about like Santa Claus instead of Santa Claus. And there was like one other one too. And he was like, and everyone's just like, I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying it. Like, I feel like you don't encourage, you know?
Oh my gosh. Okay, but I laughed anyways because of that, like, because everyone else didn't really like make a big deal about it. So yeah. I'm like, oh, poor Yeonjun.
I know, right?
Yeah, but so they were eating, and so then production was like, Yeonjun, it's okay for you to grab a gift, you know. And so he looked really like he kind of looked a little bit terrified, you know, like,
right? He thought it was a trick again. He was like, trick.
Yeah, so he walked over there and like, wow, like he really loves Legos. Like, wow, like every single time it gets brought up somehow or there's some sort of relation to it, like he just like is so enamored by like Legos, you know?
Which is so funny because I don't think of him as being particularly patient. And I feel like Legos take a lot of patience. But then again, he is a dancer and he knows about rehearsing over and over and over again. So maybe he is patient. It's just a different kind of patience than I think of.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just like, you really, I mean, I don't want any Legos that come in a box that big. That's like 5,000 Legos. No.
Yeah. I'm like, oh my goodness. And he was like, oh, maybe this is like building blocks or AKA Legos, you know? And
I love how they blurred out the Lego
they did
logo.
Yeah, and he mentioned like Disney too, and I like how they put like an asterisk in there just in case you know that giant Disney corporation doesn't come after them.
Right.
So
don't sue us. This is free publicity.
I know. Seriously. Love you, Disney.
But then he didn't even pick them.
No.
He was 100% sure what it was. And he was like, I'll get it next time.
Yeah. And I wonder if he did that on purpose because he knew that there was something like some shenanigans was going to happen where it's going to be like, oh, you know, like switching gifts and stuff like that. Yeah. So I think that's what, I don't know. Yeonjun's smart to me. So like,
yep.
I felt like he did it purposely that way, like not to get that, you know.
He's like, I can't be sure you'll let me keep it. So I just won't get it.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
But then I thought they would open them right away and they didn't. So I was very confused when suddenly they were like, okay, Bongyu, you go get your gift. I was like, wait, we're not opening them? What's happening?
I was like, why are you holding on to the gift? I'm like, open it!
What's going on? I literally can't take it. I'm like, I gotta know what's in there.
Yeah.
And then I loved how Bongyu was confused because they thought it was going in age order, but it would be Subin next. So they were like, wait, what's happening? That's when they started to catch on. They were like, wait, how are you deciding who gets gifts? And I thought that was so hilarious that they had made them write something. They probably made them do it like a month before so they would forget what it was. And it was kind of confusing. What was it that they wrote? They wrote down the other members' habits.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I think it was like Yeonjun saying oh or something like that. Like Bongyu would notice like his habits or something like that. And I think if I could recall correctly, like is it like the person that's sitting right next to you? If they wrote like that habit, then
Yes, it was the person on like the right, or no, the person on the left.
left, right?
So even if you wrote the right habit for, Huening Kai, Bomgyu still couldn't get a gift until Yeonju did it.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because they didn't know how they were going to sit.
Yeah.
So they had to write them down for everything, and then they weren't sure. And Subin's the one who figured it out.
Yeah.
He's so smart. Subin's really good at like puzzles and stuff like that. Like he can always kind of figure stuff out. Usually when they're playing some sort of game, he'll be the one who's like, oh, is this a word game? Oh, is this a word game using these symbols? Oh, are these symbols the alphabet? Okay, cool. And everyone else is like, what? What's happening?
I didn't know that.
He's super good.
I hate to compare, but that's very RM like.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a good comparison, by the way.
But I also think that is why Yeonjun always wants him to lose. He's like always ahead of all of them, and so he's always trying to get everyone else to like help him make Subin lose.
Oh, because
he's like, whatever, he's got an advantage.
Oh, I did not know that.
But you saw him, right? He asked like 3 questions, and then he was like, okay, I got it.
Yeah,
and then he's like, this is what's happening, guys.
That was so fast, and I was like, oh my gosh.
And because Monkey was totally like, I don't know what's going on. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Also, rewind. Did you see how he picked his present? Poorly, I would say. It took a lot of time for minimal effort, I guess.
And yeah, singing like "Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo." I'm like,
but he lost his place.
Yeah.
Because Subin spoke to him, and he was like, "Oh, I gotta start over." So they showed him doing it faster, but then he lost his place on his own.
Yeah.
And he did it again.
Oh my gosh. Why? Why did you do that to yourself?
It's like, just pick one. He was just like, he was very unsure what he should get. I also loved when they said they were going to get presents and they were all throwing out like crazy stuff. They were like, is it a laptop? Is it PlayStation 5? And it's like, no, guys, it's definitely not going to be that. Okay. You're lucky if you get a ramen cooker. Remember that.
Oh my gosh. It's so ridiculous.
So he finally got his, and then that's when Subin figured out what was happening. Mm-hmm. And of course, because of that, next Taehyun got to go because he had written down that Bomgyu would repeat something they already knew, but make it seem like it was new information, which is exactly what he did. He was like, oh, so because I wrote this and Yeonjun said this, then it's this. It's like, yeah, we just said that. Yes. Which I thought was shady. I was like, so shady.
Oh my gosh. That's when you know someone so well, that's like their habit of doing something like that, they're so cute. I love it.
They're so cute. And then did Taehyun pick the thin one? He picked a thin one, right?
Yeah, I think he picked something small.
Yeah, he was like convinced that there was something weird going on with like the skinny ones that you could bend. Like, I think he thought that, how some people think a bigger present's going to be better, and other people are like, no, it's the little present that's going to be better.
Yeah.
Feel bad for all those in-betweeners.
Yeah, and I kind of felt like he felt that way, like as if it would be like a gift card in there or something like that, So I was like, I could kind of see that, So yeah, I guess we'll find out in the next episode.
We will find out. And I loved how immediately when they figured out what it was, Huening Kai was like, oh no, I wrote weird stuff.
Yeah.
Instantly, he's like, oh, I'm not going to get any presents. I'm not going to get anything.
Yeah, he's such a doofus. Oh my gosh.
And instantly, Subin's the best. Instantly, he was like, well, give me a hint. What was it? Do you remember? Like, one, and he just started saying things that he says all the time.
Yeah.
Which was so cute. And he and Kai was like, no, it's too specific. You'll never say it. And then Bongyu threw it out and Subin said it and bam, present. Like, that's how well they know each other, to your point. Bongyu knew what Huening Kai would have written about Subin.
That's so crazy. Yeah.
That's called living together for a very long time.
Yes. Yes. That's insane. So I thought that was really cute that it was like a whole teamwork so that he could get a gift,
Right. They weren't like, haha, you won't get one. They were like, okay, let's figure it out.
That was so cute.
And I love that what he wrote was that when people are loud, he goes, okay, I got it. And Subin's like, I do that. I do. Yeah. Like, you guys are too loud. I'm like, I got it. I got it. Stop.
He's such an old man sometimes.
He is.
I was like,
Meanwhile, Yeonjun's like as silly as Huening Kai, right? They could be
Yeah.
the same age. It's so funny.
yeah. And so after that, still I thought that they were gonna now open their presents.
Right? After they'd all gotten one.
Yeah, no, that did not happen. I was like, man, it's Christmas. Let them open it, because I want to see what they got. But,
Yes.
you know, for selfish reasons, for myself as a viewer, you know. But they wound up doing a mission, which was to build a gingerbread house to mirror exactly how the production crew did it, you know. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be a hot mess. Like, oh my gosh, unless because I'm not MOA yet, but unless one of them knows how to like bake really well or decorate really well, you know, I felt like it was going to be destruction.
I personally don't like doing gingerbread houses because it feels like a lot of work for something you're not supposed to eat. So they're not personally my favorite. And yeah, I agree with you. When I saw the one the production had done, I was like, holy crap, like it had so much stuff on it, and like scalloped icing ceilings and stuff like that. There were curtains inside, rainbow, you know, fruit roll-up curtains or whatever they were. And I did love how when they came out, I had to rewind to double check, because somebody was like, oh, I made these when I lived in the States. And of course I thought it was Huening Kai, but it wasn't. It was Yeonjun.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? He's like, I totally have an advantage. I know how to do this. And then Taeyeon said the funniest thing. He's like, do people in the West think that if you make a pretty house, you'll get to live in a pretty house? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, that's a good tradition, actually. Maybe we should do that.
I know, Taehyun. Where did you hear that? Because honestly, now I'm gonna go to CVS or whatever and get myself a gingerbread house and make it really pretty. And you know what?
And
I have
manifest.
an advantage. I have an advantage for like that because I'm really good with piping and decorating. So
are you?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I should do it for the both of us, you know, and we'll both live in like nice mansions. How's about that?
I love it.
Okay, that for a logical person, that was kind of illogical. Sorry, fans. Yeah.
Sorry.
I've never heard of that before, but that was cute.
Very cute.
Yeah. But yeah, for me personally, like I used to bake a lot, and so they used a special, well, a different, not special, but like a type of icing. So if you try to use like frosting from a tub and you're not a baker, that's not going to work with the gingerbread houses.
Does it not have like the viscosity or whatever to
it,
hold?
So it has to be a thing called royal icing. And so royal icing it's not particularly like delicious. Like, well, Huening Kai loved it, you know.
But Yeonjun immediately was like, ugh, too sweet.
Too sweet. Yeah, it's really sweet. It's like, but royal icing is used a lot in decorating like cookies and stuff like that too. So
does it also like harden in nice shapes or whatever? Yeah.
So it's a lot of powdered sugar in there. So but yeah, so basically they would have to use like their little piping skills, like you said, that there were scallops and stuff like that. And I was like, damn, I wish I was there.
Right? You would have killed it.
A few missions I could actually do right.
Oh, come on. I did love how there was like two different camps, right? There was the three guys like Huening Kai, Yeonjun, and Bongyu who were like, we're going to do this mission. That's the house. I'm going to make that house. Yeah. And then maybe like what? 30 seconds after they started, both Taehyun and Subin are like, we can do whatever we want, right? There's no rules in art. And I was just like, okay. I mean, it's not the mission, but okay.
I was like, that's good that you're showing your individuality. And Taehyun, though, he was like very adamant about showing like individuality of like his gingerbread house, which is nothing wrong with that, but that's not part of the mission.
It wasn't the mission. I mean, it was funny though, but yeah, they were both like, oh no, I do my own thing.
Yeah.
But I was like, you're just those type of people, which I get. I know those people. Sometimes I am that person, but also I feel like Taehyun was like, that's a lot of work. I'll just do what I want.
I mean, his house didn't look bad at all.
Yeah, it was cute. It was super cute.
Yeah, it was really cute. But I'm like, that doesn't mirror what the production crew
wasn't exactly it. And he did finish first. Why? Because he didn't do anything like what they did. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I also loved how several people thought that they needed to make a floor. I mean, only Hoon and Kai went all the way through with it, but I loved when Bomgyu was like laughing. He was like, "What? Why would you need a floor? This is the roof."
Yeah. Poor guy, Hoon and Kai. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I felt like he was this. Okay, even though he was a total hot mess for this mission, like I felt like he was the superstar of this show.
Of course. Did you see them calling him the footage fairy?
Yeah.
Because they were like, "It's all gonna be you. You're a hot mess."
Oh my goodness, poor guy. I like.
First of all, he wouldn't stop eating. It was just like. Even Yeonjun kept saying, "Stop eating. You're not making. You're just eating." And he was like, "Me?" And they kept. I love the editors kept showing him like they'd show everyone working, and then Hoon and Kai eating ice.
Yeah, and I was like, and that's a lot to say because like in terms of Yeonjun saying that to him because Yeonjun loves eating too.
Yes.
So it's like. Wow,
he was like, "Get it together."
I know, but he was so cute though. He kept eating it like like a cute little 5-year-old, like it's like one of those moments where like your mom is making like cookies and like she's making that dough and
you're
like,
sneaking the dough and she's like, "Stop it."
Yeah, and as a viewer it's like you want to do that Hoon and Kai. I'm like, come on. Finish your mission.
Oh my gosh, so cute.
Yeah, he's so cute though.
And I have to say, I have to give props to well, let's see, Taehyun put his up first and we were like, okay, you're artistic, I get it. All right, cool. It was cute. But then when Yeonjun put his up, I was like, oh wow, like it was pretty damn close. But the one thing, the snowman, the marshmallow snowman had the scariest smile. It looked like one of those scarecrows that you see in a horror movie.
Yeah.
Like I honestly, when they showed the front, I couldn't look at anything else. I was just like, oh my God, a witch lives there. Like, because it was like evilly and its arms were like, I don't know. It like really freaked me out.
Like, don't go to that house, please don't.
I loved how he just kept saying over and over again, even when he dropped it down there. He was like, I have experience. I'm good at this. I mean, I already know what I'm doing, obviously. I went to art school and I lived in the States. I've done this before. He was just so proud of himself. It was hilarious.
Yeah. And Bongkyu's house looks so
It was
good.
Perfection. It looked like the actual house. Yeah. And he did it without being crazy about it. Like, even Taehyun was like, oh, stuff like this makes my OCD come out. But Bongyu was just like happily doing it. And then he like went up and double checked what everything looked like. And he even asked production, like, what's that on the snowman's head? And they were like, 2 snowflakes. And he was like, oh, he has a hairpin. I got it. Like, he really went all out and it looked really good.
Yeah. I'm like, wow, he's really good at this. I was like, all right, I take back what my initial thoughts were that all you guys were going to be hot messes because
and he was like patient and thoughtful but like not complaining. Like I think he really enjoyed himself. It's funny, I always say, I'm a performing artist, not a visual artist. They're not the same thing. But some people are both. So I was really like, woo, hats off. Looking good.
Yeah, he did great. Yeah, like I expected like a lot of extra moments, from him, but no, he was just, I felt like when they showed him, like he kind of was like in a zen moment too. Like
I was like, this is the kind of guy where it's like, give him a task and he'll do that task. You know what I mean? Like he's focused. He was all in on it. I'm just picturing him as a kid. His mom must have been like, take all the orange Skittles out of this giant jar. Okay, now I'll leave you alone for 2 hours.
He finds the joy in that,
Yeah. And then Subin's house came out and I liked how he used like one of the marshmallows to make like a chimney on the roof. That was really cute.
I think he took half an Oreo out and put it on the roof, right?
It was like, and I was like, what? To me that looked like solar panels. I was like, oh, it's got solar panels and a chimney. It's a very modern gingerbread house.
That was very modern. I was gonna say the same thing because I was like, oh, you're very environmentally friendly with this one.
But it was super cute. And I loved how he was like, he also did it without talking really, but he was just like, okay. Like, he didn't complain or anything, but I'm not sure he was as inspired as Bamgyu was.
No, he was not.
But none of that matters because there was one full-on tragedy.
Okay. Let's rewind a little bit here. Taehyun, what is your holiday spirit? He said he said he was waiting for one of the members to like trip.
Yes, he wanted someone to fall before they could get their completed house on there. I was like, whoa, so mean. He was like, come on, please.
And he was like, Subin, I thought you were gonna like trip or something like that, you know?
Like rude.
I was like, does Subin have a track record of being clumsy? So yeah, so I'm like, boy.
He's just like sitting there waiting for shade to happen. He cannot. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Mischievous.
Yeah, but he got what he wanted. Because then, okay, his face though, like throughout the whole entire mission though, poor thing.
Cutie Kai definitely is not a visual artist. I don't think he's like, crafty or anything like that. He seemed to be having so much issues. At first I thought maybe it was because he didn't have enough icing because he ate so much of it, but that wasn't it.
No.
He used the roof as the floor. He didn't know how anything went together. He ate his curtains before they even got the houses. I mean, it was never going to turn out well.
Yeah. Oh man. And then Yeonjun was being super sweet. He's like, let me build you something. And then so he wound up building him a car. Yeah. And it looked really awesome.
It did. It totally looked like Mario Kart. It was amazing. Although I was also like, where's he going to put that car?
Yeah. I thought he would put it in a driveway, but then he just stuck it on top of the house.
Well, I'm not sure there was room on the plate. I don't know. There probably was. He just made a bad choice.
I just kind of figured if they could put a snowman there, maybe they could squeeze in a car, so that was kind of my logic to it. But then I was like, okay, now you put a car on top of your gingerbread house, and I was like, no wonder it fell apart,
right? And as he got it, he got up, right, and he didn't, but he only made it one step, and it was like it was like when you make a house of cards, that's what it seemed like, not gingerbread and icing.
Poor thing. And the look on his face was like and then he started laughing. Everyone started laughing. And I was like, oh.
And I loved how we didn't see it at first. We just saw everyone laughing. And then we were like, oh no, what happened? And then it was like, cut to Union Kai. And he's like,
he's like, don't worry, I'll fix it. Yeah, he tried.
He tried a lot. Yeah. And Yeonjun was so proud. He was like, my car's still standing. Car made it.
Yeah.
So terrible. And then didn't production clap for him anyway because of a fine effort?
Yeah.
I almost forgot. Rewind. When Bamgyu put his gingerbread house down, production went, ooh.
Oh yeah.
And Yeonjun got very upset. He was like, you didn't do that when I put mine down. Like, what's going on? And Bamgyu was like, mine's perfect. So yes, I love how production was actually interacting with them, going back and forth. It was very funny.
Yeah, and this is what I love about To Do's, because I feel like the crew, they have a lot more, they're a lot more vocalized. I feel like,
they don't pretend like they're not there. They spend the whole time trying to figure out what they're up to. They're almost like it's funny too, because production's always where the camera is. So it almost feels like they're suspicious of you, or they're laughing with you, or, it's very much, they break the fourth wall all the time, but it's super fun.
Yeah. And it's really fun, so I feel like sometimes the production crew too is kind of our eyes as the viewer, I'm like, I thought the same thing as you guys did. Okay, sorry, sidebar. Love you, production crew.
We love you. Tell us if you need help. I'm available.
I know. Yeah.
So then they got to pick another present, right? Because there were 10 presents under the tree, which I already thought was suspicious. I was like, why are there 10?
Yeah.
See, I'm also suspicious of the crew. That's because of the guys. They've made me that way.
Yeah. And so it was really funny when Hyun Kai picked his gift, though. He completely rubbed it in Yeonjun's face. He's like, I have the building blocks or like Legos or whatever. I was like, dang, the banter back and forth with them.
Right? And I loved how Bongyu was like, I'll buy it off you and give it to Yeonjun for his birthday. And then Taehyun was like, yeah, and you can take that money and buy Subin his birthday gift. No one was actually going to get to enjoy anything they got. They were just going to swappy.
Yeah.
So now they all have 2 packages they got to pick up in the order that they put down their gingerbread houses. And that's kind of where the episode stopped. Yeah. Like there was a little bit of a preview. I think you're right. It does seem like there's going to be a Secret Santa kind of a thing going on, where maybe they'll open them. But since they have 2 gifts each, I'm wondering if one gift you don't open, but it's still attached to the other gift so that they still get to open something else at the end. I don't know, but it definitely seems like all the next games are going to be about stealing who gets what.
Yeah, they're going to steal each other's gifts. Yeah.
Oh, so yeah.
I can't wait for that.
I think you 100% called it. And I think you called it on Yeonjun too, because he was like, yes, now's my chance.
Yeah, we'll figure that out next episode. We'll see that. So, yeah.
But I loved it. It was such a cute, like fun little holiday, extravaganza. And I just love how much they know each other so well, and that's why they can pick on each other so perfectly.
Yeah, that's so crazy. Like to your point, about Bongyu and Subin and Hyun Kai. It's like, oh my gosh, like he figured that out. How?
Right. It's totally like when you see those memes where it's like, here's all these people using the same brain. That's how I feel about TXT. They have one brain and they're all using it, which most of the time is a good thing, but sometimes it's not a good thing.
Yeah. Knowing too much could be a downfall.
Yes. But I really liked this episode and I'm excited to see part 2.
Yeah, I'm excited to see part 2 as well. So yeah, I definitely want to, from the preview, like things are going to go down. Right. So I am so curious though, like, okay, we're kind of certain that one of them is Legos. So I'm wondering what else is like there too. Like,
I want to know if that police car really has snacks in it.
Yeah.
Jellies. I bet you, what if it doesn't? Yeah. And what are the little thin packages? Don't know. Remember, did you see how upset Yeonjun was with his heavy package because he's worried it's a book? I don't know if you got that because Yeonjun's famously, he does not read. Oh. Like he doesn't do books. Books and magazines aren't his thing, which as someone who reads constantly is a little crazy to me. Like I don't I guess he dances instead of reading. Okay, fine. That's on you. I'll accept it. I don't have to like it, but I'll accept it. But that's why he was like, if I lost Legos for a book, he's like, no, you guys wouldn't do that to me. No, like his face. He was like, it was like someone told him he had to go to church for like 5 hours. He was like, no.
I know.
You wouldn't do that to me.
Yeah, he looks so mortified. Like,
so I don't think it's a book though. I loved how everyone was like, it's too heavy, it feels like metal, we'll see. Like, so yeah, I have no idea what they are.
I was like, is that a dumbbell for Taehyun? Like, so I was like, is that weird?
For his workouts, yeah. I was kind of hoping one of them would be like a present for Odie for Subin's hedgehog, like some sort of like pet thing.
Yeah, maybe it is. Who knows?
Right? What if that Lego thing turns into some sort of giant pet enclosure?
It'd be freaking amazing.
I also loved when they were talking about things they wanted, and Bongyu was like, I want an LP player, and Yeonjun's like, I want it too. And Taehyun's like, Bongyu has room for it. You don't have any room for it. Because I assume Yeonjun's room is filled with his clothes. Yeah. So he has so many. And he was like, I'll just put it on the floor. It'll be fine. He's like, stop being judgy. Whatever. My room's a mess. Whatever. That's what I took that as. Same case, by the way. Same case.
So cute. I love it. Yeah, so can't wait for episode 64.
Yes, we're loving all this Christmas themed content this year. It's really brightening up our time. I feel like, at least for me particularly, I have a very large family, but they can't all come in because of yada yada yada. And the first year you were like, cool, and then this year you're like, So
I kind of miss them.
yeah, I'm using this time to like I guess hang out with my virtual Korean dude families.
Yes.
And TXT has really, I laughed my ass off at this episode. So thank you.
Yeah, such a great episode. So, yeah, I can't wait for part 2 as well. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And we are
LaChiMoLaLa.
And we will see you guys next time for episode 64.
안녕.